shining armor? Why is my brother here?
As an alumni, Principal Cinch thought he could provide some unique perspective.
Perspective on what?
Why, the friendship games, of course. You competed in the games, did you not, Shining Armor?
I did.
And do you happen to recall who won?
Crystal Prep did. We always win.
We always win.
Why did you ask to see me?
Twilight, I'll be honest. It doesn't matter whether or not Crystal Prep wins or loses. The important thing is that we are expected to win because Crystal Prep has a reputation. And it is that reputation, my reputation, that is responsible for everything we have here, for everything you've done here. And you've done quite a lot, haven't you?
I don't know. I guess.
Oh, don't be modest. You're the best student this school has ever seen. What I can't understand is why my best student wouldn't want to compete.
In the friendship games?
Look, Twily, I know it's not really your thing, but representing the school is kind of a big deal. Plus, they could really use your help.
It seems Canterlot High is undergoing something of a renaissance. Test scores are up, grades, even athletics are on the rise. You see, they are developing somewhat of a reputation. This cannot happen.
Principal Cinch, I can't possibly participate in the games. My work here is very...
Ah, yes. Your work.
Cadence, could you and Shining Armor find my contact sheet for the Everton Independent Study Program?
Of course.
I understand you've applied. You see, one of the advantages of having a reputation is a certain amount of influence in such things.
So, let me offer you a deal. In return for contributing your agile mind to these games, I will use my influence to guarantee your application is approved. Though I suppose I could also have it denied. What do you think I should do?
Vice Principal Luna can help your students get settled if you'd like me to show you around, Principal Cinch. There have been quite a few changes since your last visit.
Oh, yes, Principal Celestia. I'm sure that would be fascinating.
And our music program has especially taken off. Twilight?
This is getting ridiculous.
I must apologize for the curiosity of my prize student.
Your student?
The smart ones are always curious. I'll return her to check in with the rest of her classmates. I'd like to thank Principal Celestia for her unconventional welcome. It's been 4 years since the last Friendship Games, but it feels as though nothing has changed. Canterlot High continues to pick its competitors in a popularity contest, and Crystal Prep continues to field its top 12 students. It is a comfort to know that even after so many years of losses, your school remains committed to its ideals, however misguided they may be. I wish you all the best of luck, regardless of the inevitable outcome.
Welcome to the first event, the Academic Decathlon. You'll be scored on chemistry, home ec, and everything in between. But remember, only the 6 students from each team with the most points will move on to event number 2. Good luck!
All of the times we lost before, not about to give up, we're only bringing in more. We can smell your fear, we can see your sweat. Hope you didn't spend money cause you're losing this bet. You've got nothing on us, na 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 na. Let's go, wonderful. You've got nothing on us, na 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 na. Let's go, wonderful. Step aside, it's time that we defeat you. So prep yourself cause you're about to go down, 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 down. Pressure's on, you know we're gonna take you. Just give up the
Incorrect.
That means the winner of the Friendship Games' first event is Twilight Sparkle and Crystal Prep.
Are you okay? How do you feel? What happened? Where did you go?
Hey, one question at a time. This is pretty new to me, too.
Sorry.
All I know is I chased that pointy rabbit through the glowy thing, and then it was somewhere else. Next thing I knew, I was back in that nice girl's arms, and I could talk. I don't really understand why I couldn't before. I mean, it's so easy.
Twilight,
Quick, hide in here.
who are you talking to?
Myself. It's a nervous habit. Were you looking for me?
Indeed I was. Quite a coincidence that the CHS students moving on to the next event are the same nice girls who were so interested in you, don't you think?
I'm not sure.
Perhaps you should get to know them after all.
But I thought you didn't want me to.
Let's just say I'm covering my bases. Who knows? Perhaps they will reveal to you the secret to Canterlot High's newfound success.
I don't know. Spying feels kind of wrong.
Well, it's your decision, Twilight. It's not as if your application hangs in the balance. On second thought, yes, it does. You will race in pairs. Indigo Zap and Sugarcoat will handle the motocross.
Yes!
Lemon Zest and Sunny Flare have requested the short track. Since archery is a standard requirement at our school, any of you should be able to do it. Twilight and Sour Sweet will start us off.
Well, that's just marvelous! If you want to lose before we even start.
Given that Twilight won the last event single-handedly, I have every confidence that she will be able to pull her weight here. Won't you?
Welcome everyone to the Friendship Games Tri-Cross Relay. In this event, our qualifying competitors will face off in archery, speed skating, and finally, motocross. So, if the competitors are ready, each competitor must hit a bullseye before their teammates can start the next leg of the relay. And Canterlot is off to an early lead.
Dash, you saved me.
I wasn't about to let my friend become plant food. We can still win this!
students, please proceed to the gym.
It also causes these corresponding rifts to appear. I don't know how that works either.
Is there anything you do know? Like how to get our magic back? Or how to fix the portal to Equestria?
Equestria?
You're supposed to be so smart, but did you ever think that you shouldn't be messing around with things you don't understand?
But I want to understand.
But you don't. And worst of all, you put the lives of my friends in danger.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Twilight! Wait!
You can't possibly call that a fair race.
Principal Cinch, we all saw what happened. You can't think CHS had some kind of advantage.
Can't I? Even without your trained attack plans, your students have wings.
Well, the race certainly had some extenuating circumstances. Perhaps we should end the games now and declare a tie.
A tie? Was this your strategy all along, to force us into accepting you as equals? I think not. The games will continue, and Crystal Prep will prevail despite your antics and whatever performance-enhancing regimen your students are on. I know I'm asking you to beat a team that isn't playing fair, but Canterlot High must be made to understand that even with magic at their disposal, beating Crystal Prep is simply not an option.
What if they grow wings again?
A fair question, though I believe we can now fight fire with fire. I've seen what your device can do, Twilight. Containing magical energy is fine, but have you considered releasing it?
But I don't even understand how it works.
But you'd like to. And since our opponents have already used it to stay competitive, I see no reason why we shouldn't do the same.
Unless, of course, you have no interest in Everton. Though honestly, I think there's more knowledge packed in that little device than any independent study program could offer. I realize that you've always been an outcast. It's not everyone at school who likes to think. To find a student that's like you, I've had one or maybe two, but the good ones disappear before I blink. Now I understand you have your reservations. It's hard to have a brain as large as yours. But if we don't win these games, well, I think I've made it plain what will happen if we have the losing score.
Unleash the magic, unleash the magic. If we lose, then you're to blame. They all have used it, maybe abused it. So then why can't we do the same?
Call it power, call it magic. If we lose, it will be tragic. More important is the knowledge we'll have lost. A chance like this won't come again. You'll regret not giving in. Isn't understanding magic worth the cost?
Unleash the magic, unleash the magic. We're not friends here after all. Our only interest in this business is seeing Canterlot House fall.
What I'm suggesting is very simple. And since it's win-win on all scores, you only want to learn about the magic that you have stored. And as for me and all the others, we only want what we deserve. That our school will clinch the win, and my legacy will endure.
Unleash the magic. If we lose, then it's a crime. But we can win it if you begin it. It's up to you to not fail this time. Unleash the magic, free the magic now. Unleash the magic, free the magic now. Imagine all I'll learn by setting it free.
I suggest you do the same. Principal Celestia, on behalf of Crystal Prep, I demand that you forfeit the Friendship Games. Clearly, CHS has had unfair advantage for quite some time, and it's certainly obvious that your students have been using magic for their own benefit.
I'd like to think that saving the world benefits us all.
At least they didn't manipulate Twilight into releasing all the stolen magic and turning into a power-crazed magical creature that tried to rip the world apart just to win a game.
Wow, that's a lot to take in when you say it all at once.
That's ridiculous.
Nope. That's pretty much what happened.
Actually, we're all to blame.
Mostly it was her.
Obviously, my students have been infected with your magic, but I plan on taking all of this up with the school board.
Good. I'm sure they would be very interested in hearing all about the magical students with wings.
Oh, and the portals to different dimensions. And don't forget to tell them about the talking dog.
Because that would never ruin your reputation.